Welcome to the darkness.
We're back. You know, every time I watch that opener, I see more detail in the pictures. They're so creepy. Can he do a good job for us? He really did. Yeah.
Did he do the voice too?
Yeah, that's him.
So good.
He's so good. You ought to hear him sing. If you go to Midnight Lycanthropy on YouTube, he'll put up some of his music. It's really good.
I'm writing that down right now.
Do it. Yeah. Subscribe to Kenny, Midnight Lycanthropy. He's great. And he's got really good shows on all the time. He puts up a lot of content. So it's very fun.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. And then last night, was it last night? What is 10? Yeah, last night, Trista and I put up, it'll be released tomorrow night, like at 7:30, a new true crime on our Creme de la Creme, which is Cringeworthy Crime. If you go to YouTube at Cringeworthy Crime, please subscribe, like it, and share it. We dropped a new episode. It'll drop tomorrow night. And so it's been busy. Hi, Dory. So tonight I thought, and Dory, feel free to ask a question anytime you want. You don't have to wait for us to break in our discussion. If anybody wants to ask, who's out there in Facebook or YouTube land, ask a question anytime during the show for a reading. Hey, Mud Lover. I wanted to talk a little bit tonight because for 3 nights in a row, I haven't slept more than a couple hours. And I know it's the energy shift. I know it's causing the aurora borealis. It's causing it's been just like, I'm not sleeping. It's driving me crazy. So
yeah, I haven't slept well for 2 nights and I was sleeping so good. I was so excited. And then boom.
Yep.
I get 2 or 3 hours of sleep and then I wake up and I struggle for 3 or 4 hours and then I maybe get another hour.
Yep. That's my whole family.
It's been like that. And now I know it's sinus, like I'm getting a sinus infection again, but I like a couple of days now with really bad headaches. Oh, Dory, we love you. Thank you. And Etheric, you would love a reading. Do you have a topic or just something in general? Let us know in the comments. We will certainly do it. Is it the shift in the energy out there? What's going on?
I think, aren't they talking that there's like this, is it a solar storm? There's some
Yep.
It's a solar storm.
Electrical storm. I'm looking at the lightning in the background on our thing. And it's like, you can feel like when you're outside and it's lightning, you can feel that like static.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know, but it's been irritating me because first I struggled to get to sleep and then wake up a few hours later and can get back to sleep. So yeah, that's been the last 2 days for me.
Yeah. During the day I have zero. There's like a portion I have zero energy and I just have to like close my eyes for a good half hour to an hour because I just can't function. And then I get re-energized, going to bed, and I'm like, okay, why am I awake at 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's all that. It's a lot. They said it's going to affect your animals and your electronics and everything. So.
Okay, Etheric would like a general reading. If either of you ladies would like to take it.
I was going to say, if you want to start with maybe some cards and I'll see if I get any other thing.
Yep.
And while they're thinking on this for a second, my animals, my goats, the donkey, everybody has been completely out of control for the last 4 days. And I'm like, sometimes it's the cold temperature, right? That makes them a little crazy. Mm-hmm. But bananas, dogs, everybody. It's like, what the hell is going on? It was like somebody slipping something in their feed. So it is affecting them.
Because the weather's gorgeous. We're having like second spring. The
It's-
flowers that bloom in the spring are blooming right now.
I know.
Like dandelions are coming back up, and the little, those little pink and purple flowers that come up with some of the different,
Pansies.
like, well, no, they're not pansies. They're like, it's at my son's, and it almost looks like there's a fern kind of green.
Oh.
And then they have these little tiny purple flowers on them. And
Oh.
then the big blooming, I can't think what it's called. It's like stevia or some purple long stemmed with the purple flower things. And they're blooming again. They were dead weeds. It's crazy.
That's nuts. So nothing's blooming at my house, I can tell you. Okay. What you
So,
got?
etheric, thus far, the universe is showing me just really quickly that right now you're coming out of some kind of heartache, something that had ended, but you're finally getting victory over the situation where your emotions are coming up. You're getting more energized. You're finally starting to feel like yourself again. And that is totally the universe having your back and said that no more people are going to be letting you out in the cold, leaving you out in the cold. You also have someone coming in that wants to give you a new offer. You kind of don't know who it is. It's a little bit hidden from you yet, and you can't force it. So just sit back and wait. It looks like possibly with even a season change. So maybe if you're in the part of the world where it's going to start snowing soon, shortly after that, you're going to get a new offer coming in, and you will know it instinctively because it'll just hit you like a ton of bricks, or I don't know why I'm saying this, but a bucket over the head. The truth really fast. So
that's a big one.
Really cool.
Celeste, do you have anything to add?
What I was going to add, is it retrograde, Susie? Mercury retrograde?
I don't know if it's Mercury, but it's one of them.
400 other things are in retrograde.
Right.
I'm just feeling like maybe it had to do with where you were saying somebody was going to make you an offer. I'm just feeling like what you're saying. Don't jump into anything right now. Give things some time. Be like open to options, but don't rush into anything at this moment.
That's so cool. That's exciting news. I wish somebody was making me an offer. I don't know anything. Well, I guess I got a new animal, but that's it. I mean,
except for you've had the readings where I told you to hold on. It's going to be okay.
I know. I count on your readings. That's why, like, when you don't post them, I'm like, where the readings? I'm like, oh my God.
Literally, I'm sorry to my audience, like, because I know if you get on our YouTube channel, you would have seen that I wasn't there, but I had such a horrible migraines. I get them a lot. And I tried Friday night and it would not go through. And I said, am I supposed to do readings? And I got told a resounding no, go rest. And I was like,
I totally get it. I'm just giving you.
Oh,
I totally understand, Susie. I totally.
I felt really bad.
I'm trying to read Dory's comment.
Before we get into that, we are in Mercury retrograde from November 9th to the 29th.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought so. And so that could be why Susie had the, give it a season kind of a thing, which it could be we're in fall and that will be winter. Who knows?
Yeah.
It depends on where you live. So
yeah, it depends where you live, because I saw like not just the beginning of snow, but actually snow stuck to the ground and more snow coming. So
okay, that's
what I saw, a season.
Dory's comment about her friend. Well, it's really, really serious stuff.
Yeah. Our world is so chaotic right now.
So this is
just like really hard to predict. My
gut says that something they're pinning him for.
That's like what I was just.
That's what
I was feeling. Like
they've got something. He has something they want, and they're doing a dirty on him.
Well, like I think like the company he's working for has done something, and so
they'll be the scapegoat.
Yep.
Or they're shutting down everything in that company to.
Yep.
they're going
Hmm.
after somebody specific, but by pulling everybody's ability to travel and leave the country, they don't want to show who's the target.
It's like, is he in some sort of I don't even know
So-
what the right word for, some
Okay.
sort of an agency kind of a position where, I mean, how could your job keep you from leaving the country
They can
unless,
pull, well, if he's in another country, they can pull your passport.
Mhm. It almost
Yeah.
gives me that Black Rock type feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like government, military.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what
There-
I'm thinking. There's something security wise.
Yep.
Well, he's a pilot. Like he has a pilot license. Like if they're trying to take that away from
Oh,
him,
God.
that
Dory,
might be
without
part of his
knowing
job.
more he's a pilot for commercial. Is he commercial pilot?
Military.
Spidey
I
punished
feel
him.
like it's a mess. I feel like there's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I don't think he
I feel like
even,
it's a good possibility just to
Yeah.
be a good scapegoat.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't
It's
know.
still kind of up in the air because of their
yeah,
If
I
you already
feel like
know-
there's
They're trying to
something
figure out.
else that hasn't been exposed or shown or told
Yeah.
about. There's
Something
like
closed yet.
secret.
Dory, I would contact Celeste or Susie for a more in-depth reading on something like this, because this is, and there's a lot of detail here that you probably don't want to go public with, that that
Yeah.
you don't want to go public with. So I would contact them for a private reading on something like this. It's because there could be stuff that comes out that they don't necessarily want to say publicly. So
Yeah, that could come back on you.
yes, and you need to
So,
be really cautious with stuff like this. So have a private reading done. I hate to say that. It's not like I'm pawning you off, honestly, but if they come up and tap into stuff, they're not going to want to tell you over the air.
yeah.
Because trust me, they tap into stuff that you're like, there's no freaking way you know this, but they know it. So
We have lots of hidden secrets, don't we, Celeste?
None.
So just
Actually, we have secrets. It's everyone else who doesn't get to have any around us.
Yeah, but I keep them for them too. If I know I'm not
Oh,
supposed
I
to.
know. I would say 40% to 50%. I don't say.
Yep.
Just because
it's
I
too
put
much.
myself in the position of the receiver, and it's like, would I want everyone in the world to have the potential to hear this?
So Dory, you can say one thing. Is your friend an American citizen? If so, you can call the embassy on his behalf and get them involved if they're not already.
If Dory is, let's see. Oh yeah, he says, oh, he lives in another country, but he may be an
so
American
if he's
citizen.
an American citizen and this is going down in another country, the embassy can be. You need to get the
Yeah.
embassy involved right away. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
And they will bring resources to the table really, really quick. Just putting that out there. I know that from traveling, and I know that from being in the military. How the
Well,
embassy
I
would
know
work.
before I leave, and because I travel outside the country fairly often, I know where the embassy is or have a phone number before I leave, because you just don't know.
But you can
And-
contact them on his behalf.
Yes.
Okay. Give them all the contact information. Tell them what you know of the story. Start getting somebody involved. They'll start making phone calls. That's what they're there for. That's why we have embassies all over the world. And they have embassies here as well. So if one of their citizens gets in trouble, they can start working on their behalf. That's what it's all about. Okay. So,
Well, and what's really, really scary is, while most of the time in this country you are innocent until proven guilty, in many other countries you are guilty until you can prove yourself innocent.
there's
And they'll throw you in
there's
jail.
no constitution anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't care if
No.
you're from the United States.
And the Constitution only really follows you on our land. So once you travel and you leave the United States, you're bound by their laws and whatever they have that rules it. So just be careful, but I would contact them. Try to find the embassy phone number. You can Google it online, or whatever country you're dealing with here. If it's in Turkey or wherever, that's anyway. Sorry, Dory. So yeah, going back to, if you guys have felt restlessness and you're not sleeping, the headaches, the migraines have been it's all this first off the retrograde, and then secondly the solar, what is it, flares or
yeah, solar
storm, which
flares.
is why we had beautiful aurora borealis all the way down into Utah, down into the southern states. I don't think it's supposed to be magnificent tonight, but we're cloudy.
Yeah.
How about you, McKenna?
It was getting pretty cloudy around like
Yeah.
3:30 at like here. I don't know if it's blown by. We couldn't see it last night because we're behind like a big rodeo park, and there's lighting. There's big lighting just like right between us and like the
hop in the vehicle when you get done and just see if you can get away from town for just a second, because trust me, I just stood on my deck and I looked out. It was incredible. It was incredible. So
I do
Utah
need to go.
had
I need to re-up on my
colors.
Kit Kats. So
there you go. Yeah. So you guys go out. I don't know where you're watching this from, but if you're in the United States, and pretty much all the way down until you get to the most southern states like Texas, but everybody was getting the aurora last night. It's supposed to be tonight is the peak, and then you'll see it again tomorrow night. But I could feel it coming. I didn't know it was going to be, because I haven't been watching the news. I've been off work now for all these weeks, and I'm like, I've been in my own world. I'm so close to retirement. It makes me, I'm like, oh, I'm almost there. Now I know how good it's going to feel. So only with the paycheck.
Yeah.
So I've been having fun every day with the animals and doing my own thing, and it's been great. But so it caught me by surprise last night. Trista had texted me before we did the show for Creme de la Cringe. Before we did the show, she goes, look. And I'm like, oh my God. So I rushed outside. I had no idea what was going on. So
and I think we've been having meteor showers off and on too.
Yeah, and tonight's a meteor shower with the aurora. So they're expecting some brilliant photos.
With some clouds.
So, we have clouds. But so I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think all of these like solar storms and that kind of shift in the electromagnetic field and everything that's going on, can it affect paranormal activity?
Yep.
I think so.
For me and my daughter, the last couple days, the things that we see have become even more corporeal. So we were driving home yesterday, and she saw a spirit standing outside of my neighbor's porch, just waiting for the door to be open. Like, why aren't they opening the door? And it wasn't there. She could see through him. And then I've had more than one outside that, I can see him full on. So it's just, it gets a little stronger, but me sometimes get a little like, oh, I'm exhausted. I can't do this right now. So.
Yeah. I have wondered if I'm losing it the last few days, because like tonight I was driving down Yellowstone. It's dark, and it looked like 3 or 4 people ran out in Yellowstone. And I like put on my brakes, and I'm like, I can't put on my bright lights because it was like 6 o'clock traffic. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, where'd they go? I'm like, oh my God, I've been seeing.
I hate when they
visually seeing
the road and you're driving and you're like, for that split second, you're like, oh, is it someone? But then you're like, oh yeah, no, I can see through them, or they're a shadow, and it just started.
Well, the ones running in the road were almost like shadow people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see them walking on the side of the street, and I'm watching, because you're paying attention. You don't want them to run out in front of you, and you get past them and look in the rearview mirror, and there's no one there.
There's nothing.
And I'm just like, okay.
Yep.
I'm feeling a little crazy.
Yeah. See, like I always say that I'm like really blocked off to like that kind of stuff, but like I don't know. You guys are so experienced, and that's like why I love doing this show, because I learn so much every week. But like volunteer at the haunted hotel. I was there for like the past like 2 days, like getting ready for like this sponsorship banquet. And like I never know because I'm in there by myself all the time, you know, or just me and the kids. And like I see like stuff, but also there's like props and mannequins and stuff. And I never know if like something actually moved or if I'm just like creeped out because I'm in a haunted hotel.
Well, what I love sometimes about some of them, some of the energies is, I mean, I'm being saying love sarcastically, is that they will kind of mimic those mannequins or, you know, like kind of blend in with that coat in the corner, but it's actually them, you know, and you can see them out of the corner of your eye, but you look over and it's a coat. They'll do that with objects. They'll do that with coats and dolls and other things like that. So
don't say dolls.
it's your literal gut feeling, McKenna. If you feel like you're being watched, you are.
Okay.
If you feel like you see something out of the corner of your eye, but then there's all those props over there, they're there. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. That makes sense.
Because
and
they're just like they're spying on you as much as you are them, you know, but they're trying to blend in, you know, so you kind of are like, I don't know if that's exact, you know, if that's a mannequin or not for reals. So it's both. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when they notice you noticing, it will become more frequent. They especially ones that aren't necessarily really have great capability of materializing. When they're like, oh, I think she saw us, then they're going to be, you know, peeking and looking, and because not everybody does.
So
and then those can look like sometimes you'll think you'll see like a rat run across the floor or a bug, or you think you see a cat out of the corner of your eye, something brown or gray or black. That's them trying, but they just haven't got enough, you know, juice yet. So that's also it.
Interesting. Well, because like I was there, it was just me and the boys there. It was just me there yesterday, day before yesterday. Oh gosh, what day is it? It was yesterday, I think. No, I don't even know. It was the day before yesterday. I'm positive it was Monday. So like I worked in a flower shop like forever ago when Bo and I first started dating like 10 years ago. And I'm making flower arrangements for like this banquet, and I'm doing it at the haunt because that's where all the tools are and all the glue and all the stuff. And like I would see there's like a door. So essentially it's like a half basement. It's kind of like a split level, but it's like 3 floors. And so on the bottom floor, it's like a split level. And that's where the laundry room is. And we've turned that into like our shop area. So there's tools and shelves and all kinds of stuff in there. And that's where like I go to work on whatever it is I need to work on. And the door's propped open and I see things like a couple different times. And I'm like, oh, it's my hair or like whatever. And I keep like dismissing it. In the middle of the day, like before I even have to go get the kids from the bus stop, so the lights turn off. And then I see something run across the doorway. And it was actually my stepmom. She got off of work and came and scared the absolute daylights out of me. Like my heart was pounding, like, because I had been seeing stuff like since I was there like all day, and she came and just scared the life out of me. Like, you know, like where your hair stands on your head and you're like, you get the pricklies. And then I'm there today for like 10 minutes tops. And like, I'm like, keep seeing stuff. I'm like, oh gosh. So I don't know.
You've been in that hotel for years by yourself, on and off, right? All these days, and nothing has hurt you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but are you dead? No. You know, there's a difference between being startled because there's something unexpected versus having fear for, you know, bodily harm kind of a thing. But
and if I was like genuinely afraid of like being harmed or anything like that, like I wouldn't go back. I love it there, honestly. Like, but you know, I'm a huge baby anyways. Like, I don't like spiders. If I see a spider, I'm gonna scream. Like, I'm gonna jump and scream and like, you know, jump on the chair like in the old Tom and Jerry movies and lift up my skirts. So like that's just kind of like how I react in general. It's awful.
I
But
just sort of
I
like
love it
imagine
there. I feel safe.
Of
Huh?
you like squealing. I just
Oh
got the
yeah.
whole image of you like squealing with your skirt. Like, okay.
Well, speaking on my own personal experience, the spider will cause you potentially more harm than the ghost. So you have the right to squeal. My body overreacts with spiders. So
I did get bit by something today. I don't know what it was, but I have like this spot on my back and it gets like the burnies and the itchies. And like I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I got bit or stung.
Well,
watch it. Just
I
watch
didn't
it
feel
and try not
anything
to
in that
scratch it.
hotel was bad. There was
Right.
just different spots of energy, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, we experienced the nausea and it's called the murder room. But also, okay, so I don't know if you noticed this when we went in there, but I was in there like a couple days ago. On Sunday, I was in there on Sunday, and like a couple friends of ours from Salt Lake had come, and so I was like showing them a couple rooms, and we were up there, and like you go in the initial doorway, you see the grandfather clock, and on the
Yeah,
right hand side, there's like a table, like just on the very end when you turn right. And I looked at it, and there was a lead pipe, a candlestick, a rope, and like the clue weapons like on the table. And I had never noticed that before. I don't know if you noticed it, but it made me giggle.
I don't. Did somebody put him there for the October thing? Because I don't remember seeing that.
I don't know. They're glued to the table. I'll have to ask, but like I'll take a picture and send it to you because that was the room where we felt like the nausea.
What I never could figure out though wasn't it all the mannequin heads on those shelves before you go up the staircase? And all of our equipment was going bananas on those some particular ones.
So that's like the majority, like most of our committee members made those, and like that's their faces like kind of like stretched onto the mannequins. So, but yes, that we had like a ton of activity right there, and it was just bizarre because like there wasn't anything like we put it up to the electrical and it like didn't do anything. It was just like I swear we had the most when it was just on that lower shelf, and it was just going.
Yeah. So it's really interesting in that hotel, and in any building you'll get hot spots like activity. Downstairs when I'm in my office, I have to get some new Wi-Fi extenders. That's why I've been up here in the dining room because my Wi-Fi is too weak down there and my extenders aren't working as well anymore. And so when I'm down there, a lot of people will watch the camera behind me. And like Jess will see my dad walking back and forth, the shadow of my dad moving, and Susie's seen him. I bet you have, Celeste, but he'll walk back and forth and kind of pace so you can see him from where my bookcases are in the doorway to my office. And he's just walking back and forth. And I hear him shuffling down there. I'm like, yeah, like, okay, Dad. Yeah, which is what's weird is he was only down there one time. And he never had gone down in the basement. It hadn't been real finished when he lived here with me. And now that it's finished, like he's down there all the time.
But it's also like it's where you are.
True. So. Yeah. So he's a funny guy. Trista would like a reading. What do you got?
I have a premonition for Trista. Ooh. She wanted to order something for an event that's coming up and is supposed to have called me.
Oh, busted, girl.
And it's like we're getting close.
Uh-oh, Trista.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I'm
Susie's over there like pulling cards.
Like you're in a tornado. I know. I'm like, I feel like you're in a tornado. I feel like you don't know which way to go. You're spinning, you're running, you're trying to do 25 things at once. And that is not necessarily productive. So I do this sometimes. Maybe it's a Leo thing. I don't know. Where I'm just like running, being busy.
Perfect storm. That's
perfect storm. There we go. Yeah. And it's like you're not really being productive. You're just being busy. And if you're not accomplishing anything, you're putting a big strain on yourself emotionally, stressful, all of that kind of stuff for not getting ahead. So just be really cautious. There you go. Yeah, it was I'm like, what was the date you wanted that on? Was that yesterday? So, but yeah, I feel like you're doing a lot of it's good to be busy and have a lot to do, but then there's just being busy and not like running on a treadmill instead of actually moving forward, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's waiting on, without saying what it is, she's waiting on word for something.
Mm.
Are you guys feeling anything, yay or nay? Yeah, Susie?
Yeah, because I was pulling the cards for her, and she's got something new coming in, and I was really drawn to the goldfish on the card, and the goldfish represent like prosperity, abundance, transformation. And then I also have like the 3 of Cups, so a union, and Queen of Pentacles. So that's more money type job related, where very independent. And we also got, because I try to dig a little bit for a minute. She's going to have more than one choice with it, but it's going to be bringing in the money that she needs.
Cool. She said she did get word, because we were talking about this last night. She did get the word, and it's yes. So you were
But
right on the money.
Open like more choices and avenues for her.
It is.
But the like I've got like this a spiritual freaking like knight on a horse. Do you see that horse?
Wow.
Like taking off. Like it's like
That's amazing.
The emotions. Like she's gonna be okay.
Well, you can ride on over to my house. Just
Goldfish.
saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's so cool. Trista, I'm so excited for you. So excited. It's going to be good. It's amazing to me how, like, okay, to quote, y'all saw My Cousin Vinny, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you might have seen My Cousin Vinny with Marissa Tomei and he's Joe Pesci's the lawyer.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The one with My Cousin Vinny, right? They're trying to, and she goes, so I'm going to quote her. You guys are dead on balls accurate. Because that's what she said on the stand. Remember that? I got to go back and watch that movie again. It's so good. The 2 Utes. Exactly, Dave.
The 2 Utes.
Exactly. He goes, the what? The the Utes. The Utes. Yeah, like I said, the Utes. Love that movie. I've watched it a million times. Anyway,
what's
you
the
guys are
kid's
amazing
name?
to me because somebody will be struggling with something and you, boom, you're right on it. You're right on it.
Yeah. They say the veil thins up through like Halloween, the first of the month, but it is so thin right now. I've been diversity is the key to the success of my business. And this year has been funerals, which is kind of a bummer, but it's wonderful to be able to create beautiful things to memorialize the people.
Yeah.
So I had a young lady who contacted me. Actually, somebody referred her to me too, under Celeste, and she had a fresh arrangement that was sent to her grandmother's funeral.
I saw that.
And she was trying to figure out how to preserve it. And I had just done an arrangement preserved in a shadow box for someone else. And so several people had said my name, and I said, oh, I do that. Well, it was for her grandma. And it is, I've said it many times, some souls come through like they're eating peanut butter and speaking a different language. It's like so hard to try to understand. And then others come through and they're so crystal clear and they're just like, so anyway, grandma loved Coke and loved Coca-Cola bottles. And I had some really cool ones that I didn't need. And so I'd been trying to find them. I couldn't figure out. So I'm sitting at my office yesterday waiting to meet her. And I'm like, I wish I'd found those Coke bottles. And Grandma's like, you're sitting on them. And I'm like, oh my God, they're under my car seat. I looked everywhere. Sure enough, look under there. There's not one, but two Coke bottles under my seat. I'm like, thanks, Grandma. Well, we find out all of these other coincidences that there's no such thing, right? So I said, I had this other giant Coke bottle that I haven't been able to find. And Grandma's like, it's on the corner of your desk on the right-hand side. I went in. It was on the corner of my desk on the right-hand side, but it was in the back corner, and it has the like hutch part above it where it has shelves and a little, like you push the door and it opens and it's like an enclosed. So you couldn't see it if you were just looking at the desk because it was in the back corner. And I'm just like, all right, Grandma. And I do weddings and all of that too. And I often with a wedding, I'll say, do you have your cake? Do you have your flowers? Do you need decorations? I do all of that, but I don't normally do that with a funeral.
Right.
I just don't. But Grandma's like, you need to mention, you need to tell her. So I'm like, so I just wanted to let you know, in addition to this, I am ordained. I do a lot of weddings and I do cakes and I do flowers and all of that. If you ever get to that point in your life, she goes, oh my gosh, I'll have to tell my fiance we're getting ready to start. I was
There
like,
you go.
Grandma, you are just, and I don't know, is it Grandma? Is Grandma spot on? Am I spot on? Are we both like super connecting because of what's happening? But it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy.
I love Yep and Mad Max. They know the do what to what from that movie, the lines. Yeah, the two Utes. The do what? Yeah. Hey, an SPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Hi, how are you guys doing? So are you doing the cards for Pat, Susie?
Sure.
Okay. I have a question for both of you though. When you're reading somebody, when somebody comes in and asks you to do a reading, what like how does that information come to you? Like it's like just a movie, or is it boom, it's just information
Always.
Like a pop-up?
All of the above?
It can be a movie, it can be voices, it can be smells, scents, thoughts, like everything. All of it.
Grandma was literally sitting next to me in the car talking. It was like I'm
your
talking
grandma or her grandma?
No, her grandma that I've never met. I didn't even know her name. And she was all like, well, you're sitting on them. Which is a really strange thing to say, but I literally was. They were under my seat in the car. And it was like, but it was words. But sometimes I get images. Sometimes I get feelings or a smell or a taste. So that's where I was saying some are super great at communicating and others are not. But that's how humans are in real life. Some people are good speakers or good communicators. They can get information through where other people are blah, blah, blah. The Charlie Brown teacher, wah, 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 kind of a,
Thank you, Celeste. Susie was drawing cards for Pat, and Celeste, if you can look at Sherry's request and you could take hers after Susie is done with Pat.
Okay, Pat, I've got here that you're worried about money a lot lately. Hopefully that's right, but hopefully not. But you've got, the universe is just saying, calm down. Okay. Don't sweat it. It's all going to be okay. You're overthinking things. You're doing that analysis paralysis where you're grasping at things and you're filling your mind so much with stuff that the messages can't get through. So you need to relax. You need to go meditate. There is a new opportunity for you, something you can build and grow on that's going to change and elevate things for you in your life. But right now you need to like, it's like an artist, like my youngest, when she's painting and she's like, I can't get this piece right. I can't get this piece right. And I say, step away from it. Leave it alone for a few days. Don't think about it. Don't look at it. Just leave it alone and then come back to it. And then you'll know exactly how to do it. This is what the universe is saying. that you need to like stop like overthinking it. You need to step back and relax. Go do something fun, relaxing. Talk to your children. Like lots of jokes and laughter will help to calm that down. And then in a few days, you can come back and look at that, what it is that you want to create to elevate your situation. Okay, that was like way, okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Susie. All right, Celeste for Sherry.
All right. So I always get nervous about getting people's hopes up, but I feel like one of your goals is going to be coming to fruition. And I'm hoping it's before the end of the year or it's going to be shortly after. But I feel there's something, I kind of want to say something, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to taint your making decisions kind of a thing. But I feel like something that's been a goal, something that you guys have been striving to achieve, gain, isn't very far away.
That's awesome. Good news tonight for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wow, maybe we need more solar storms.
It's a crazy time. And with the overthinking part, I was talking to a friend who always overthinks the absolute worst that can happen. And I'm like, you know that you have a choice and you can overthink the most wonderful things that could happen too. And it will do much less damage to like your immune system and your blood pressure and your anxiety if you sit and think about all of the great things that can come, because energy attracts like energy. So when you're putting your energy into the positive of what you want, of what you're working toward, you're bringing it that much closer. But when you're like, this will never happen, I can't even imagine how this is ever going to work out, then you're pushing it further back. If that makes sense.
Words have so much power.
They
like
do.
if you say you can't, you won't.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was contacted by a realtor yesterday about property or that area I'm looking at, you know, and you know how pushy
In
they
Utah?
are. They're real pushy. Well, yeah, sorry.
I
no.
believe she said Kentucky. Was it?
Tennessee, Kentucky,
Tennessee,
something like that,
yeah.
right? Yes.
Betrayal,
So,
blasphemy.
I know, sorry. I can't take the cold anymore. I just can't. And they're really pushy. And I told him, I said, you know what I've learned? And he said, what? And I said, if there's a house out there today that's perfect, when I'm ready to retire, there's going to be a house out there that's perfect then too. Oh, well, oh. He was like floored. And I said, I am just Trista. Yeah, I'll come visit me. But I've learned so much. I've been hanging out with Celeste here for like 16 years now. I've learned so much from her and Susie's always telling me, slow down, wait. The universe has got you this. The universe has got it. And I told him, I said, if I'm meant to move there, then everything will fall into place. I will contact you. We will find the perfect house. I will sell this one. Done. I said, but if it's not meant to, I'm not going to fight it.
Or stress yourself out trying.
So not Virgo of me, but I'm trying to learn how to. It's only taken me all these years to get there.
And I've only had to break how many 6 sticks over your head? I don't remember. I lost
count. Like, yeah, because I was always trying to force everything. What?
I have a message for David.
Uh-oh.
David, you are going to be approached by somebody that feels like family, very, very close to you, that's stuck in a behavior pattern that needs to break out of it. You might want to use some sharp words, but be very careful. They want you to lead with love when you talk to this person. Find that good balance of leading with love, but also, telling them, look, this is what you need to do, and not being like super judgmental. It's just I can literally feel them right now pondering about talking to you about their problem. Like it's going over and over in their head. They're like, should I talk to him? Should I talk to him? I really should, but how do I do this? And so just be aware it's coming.
It's actually pretty good advice for everybody, right? To lead
Yeah.
with love. Lead with
Yeah.
love, because, yeah, it's not easy to do.
No. But
When
the
wanna beat
more
'em over
you
the head
do
with a
it,
stick.
then you
Huh?
can get more into the habit of doing it. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sorry, rainbow unicorn, but you got this.
So
Yeah.
when I was working in like medical and dental, my philosophy was like, be tour guide Barbie from Toy Story 2. If you've ever seen Toy Story 2, it's like, hi, how are you? Hi, bye. Like, always lead with that positive attitude. Be tour guide Barbie.
Oh, nobody's ever called me Barbie, so I'm not sure if I can do that. However, I will try. I will try.
I had some
I've
little
tempered
stickers
myself
made.
quite a bit over the years. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's
David.
great.
Yeah.
yeah, if you can learn to cushion things with the love or with the respect, it's amazing how much more people will receive what you're trying to say.
It's just a reminder, David. It's someone you might be kind of surprised, but you won't be now because I've just told you. But you would be kind of surprised about them coming to them or coming to you.
Good question, Doc. I don't know. Yeah. I think I don't know. Doc and Mad Max would know how to answer all of that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, though, I mean, that's really good advice, but there's a lot of people that are going to take absolute advantage over you
Mm-hmm.
if you don't also, I mean, lead with love, perfect, but don't let them use you.
Yeah. Boundaries.
Boy, God, yeah, set those boundaries. And it's amazing when you do set up your boundaries, how fast people will run. The people who are not meant to be in your life flee the minute you set
Mhm.
up those boundaries. And I'm just, I mean, I've learned to set those boundaries, and boy, do people boomerang pretty quick away from that. And it's self-protection, because I've been through some of the worst you can be through, and I don't ever want to go back there again. So I've learned to set those up, and boy, is that hard. It's hard. So even, and you'll see it in social media. People, and you'll see the same names come up all the time on your community pages. They're always asking for money, paying their rent, money for this, money for that, do this, do that. It's like, you get the, okay, what are you doing for yourself?
Yeah.
Because there are jobs out there. Well, I was just laid off from my boss. Really? Oh, but I don't have a car, so can somebody go get it for me? It's like, well, you were just working yesterday and just found out today you were laid off, so you lost your car last night too? I mean, that's what I mean. There's people out there that will take a mile if you give them an inch. So just be cautious out there, gang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm right there with you, David. And I
Uh-huh.
have taken off my rose-colored glasses and stomped them into bits, because I always see the good in people. I always see the potential in people. And if they don't see it and they're not willing to work toward it, it doesn't matter what I see. And yeah,
Well,
I'm a soft heart.
So I have a question, and this is
Mhm.
for everyone. So when you meet someone new, you've never met them before, like, you can read, like, can you read them like right away, whether or not they're a good person, whether or not they're a bad person, whether or
yes.
not like it's like I need to get this person away from me right now, or
Yes.
like you instant yes, okay, because I do that all the time. I told Bone, like,
But
I have that.
most people, I mean, everybody has it, but most people let their ego take over the intuition, and they immediately block it off. So that's your brain saying, oh no, that they're actually really nice. You don't, that's, they try to downplay it.
Mhm.
But what you need to learn is to train yourself to listen to that first intuition. That's the correct one. But as
Mhm.
humans, we always, have the brain
Yeah.
come in and tell us otherwise. So it's just a
Yeah.
training thing. Yeah, that's what I told David the first time I met him. I was like, energy does not lie.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I live behind locked gates.
Yep.
Mhm.
because it's a self-protection thing, because there's so many people that are predatory now.
Right.
Maybe they've always been there and now it's just so in your face. But
Well,
the
misery loves
predators are
company.
everywhere. I'm not talking just men. I'm
Yeah.
talking society.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's when you first train yourself to listen to the energy immediately, then you'll notice it. And then all the veil comes down off everybody. And then you see their true intentions,
Yeah.
you know, and it sucks, but it is what it is. You know, you can't make their choices for them. Because like with Celeste and I, we can see both potentials in the people, you know. We can see their higher selves basically of what they could achieve, what they could do if they actually,
Isn't that hard though? Because I see that
very,
too. And
very hard.
I
because
see that
then
too.
it's like,
And then the people who
Yep.
fight doing
Yep.
anything positive and constructive with their lives, you're like, damn,
it's called deep,
you could be so much.
Yeah.
it's called deep empathy. And it's
Yeah.
really, really hard to wade through that, to take people at face value and believe the things that come out of their mouths. Because when they tell you something, believe them. When they project that energy, believe it. Instead of, because you can read into it. And so you're like, oh no, but I actually see this. Well, but that's not what they're choosing.
No,
You know,
they're not choosing.
They're not choosing to
Right.
be.
And that's rough,
They're
man.
choosing.
Well,
yeah, try being
And
real
then
with
just
that.
to make it more complicated, watch what they do as much as what they say, because words are cheap. We can say
Yep.
anything.
I love it. I've got a couple people that I've been like telling them the same stuff, and they're like repeating it. That makes me happy.
It's really hard, and narcissists have a way of spinning everything back to make you. What is that term now?
Gaslighting.
You.
Yeah.
Like, you know, well, you're the one doing all of this. You're the one it's like, whoa, wait, what?
Yep.
I'm sitting here eating toast and you're telling me it's like, so learn to trust, and it's hard. I can't thank you all for bringing up the embassy idea. I want to make sure I understand. You meant to, contact the American embassy in Turkey. If you can't do that because of the international thing, contact the American embassy here and tell them about the issue in Turkey. They will contact the embassy in Turkey and start working on it. Yeah. So if you can't call internationally, which some of our phones can't, just, you know, whatever. Yes, you can contact the embassy here or even the State Department, but the embassy will be easier. And as of midnight tonight, the government is back open. And people will be there staffing the phones, just to let you know. So
is it midnight Eastern time? Do we know?
My guess.
It would be
Let's
Eastern
see.
time.
So 1 more hour and it'll be open.
I have a random message for somebody in the audience that's dealing with an Aries. That's coming through. If you guys, I don't know.
Well, hold up. My husband's an Aries. I'm not in the audience, but like
no, it's someone listening, because it's a female, because I can feel their energy. The person that they were dealing with said that they sabotaged the connection because it was too intense, and that they left them for money for a job, but they still watch them. They still watch everything that they do. But don't let that bring you back to them, though. Just letting you know, because that's just a message that they wanted me to tell you.
Wait a minute. What birth month is Aries? What is that?
Aries is, isn't it like
end of March,
late
beginning
March
of April.
to mid, like, the 20th to the 20th, give or take a day on either end.
Yeah.
They keep thinking about coming back, but they know that you know the truth about them. So that's what keeps them from coming back.
Spicy.
It's just, sorry, it was like the card popped up and I was like, whoa, okay.
Oh yeah. Needed to be said. Oh, perfect. Trista's on it.
Yeah.
But I do have we still have some time, but I have a follow-up question. So you can read people, and like you said that, or someone made a comment about like being able to see like the potentials for their futures, whether it's like good or bad, but like the potentials are both there. So how often do you like see like both of those potentials, but also like you're getting readings from like someone who's passed or someone on the other side that's like also trying to like how often you get like those heavy mixed signals where they're trying to influence this person, but also you can see like both trajectories, and like what's it like if
A
you deal with
lot.
that?
A lot. I just recently had one where I had a young lady come to me, and I saw both potentials for her, and I saw who was trying to influence her, and I had to explain to her. I said, okay, I can see these two paths. You have this path and this path. Here, this is going to be awesome what you do here, and you've got this spiritual team backing you up on this side, and over here they're trying to push you going this way, a negative way. But if you choose that, because you got free agency, you're going to be, I've never, ever, ever put dates on anyone. It comes out of my mouth without me saying it. I said, if you follow that path that person wants you to follow, I said, you will be dead by the age of 27. And that was really, really powerful for me and for her. And she said, I was listening to a song on the way here that was talking about dead by 28. And I said, then that's the second time you've heard that. And you've had that discussion with your mother before. So you're at the cusp of making those choices of which way you want to go. And I can see both, and who's influencing and what they're doing. And I'm like, but it's completely up to you.
Yeah, it's definitely can be a slippery slope. And a lot of times you can come back from things, but sometimes you lose your footing and you're off and you have a much more difficult time undoing.
So that's it. People have called and said that they feel like my friend in Turkey and I talk regularly. Last name being brought up. The movie Weapons. I have to say, describing that movie put me on the edge of my seat. Very scary. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it, but there's somebody who reached out to me about a week ago. No, it was this week, I guess. And she lives down in Old Town, and things are going on in her building and at work. And she also deals with some issues. Okay. And so, how often do you think, and I know it happens, I've seen it happen quite often, that the spirit world is actually pushing someone into a negative, they're pushing negatively.
Yeah.
And I don't know, whatever you want to call it. If you're religious, you would call that the work of the devil or whatever, but it's not a good thing. And they're pushing them negatively.
Misery loves company.
Yeah. And that would be like more of a haunting kind of a spirit rather than grandma who's crossed and come back.
Unless
and
grandma was nasty.
It's like they will suck energy from people, and they love if they can get that person back into their addiction, like alcohol or drugs or whatever. And it's real.
It's kind of like
it's common.
It's like it energetically feeds that negative person. So if they're constantly hanging around, because I did run into someone that had a really bad mother, and she kept coming back and haunting her and wanting her to do bad things because it was feeding into that cycle of the negativity that mother had created. And so she would literally need to break that in order not to continue to have her around.
That's your generational curses. And right now is huge for people to face those in their family. Like, well, but Uncle Bob was an alcoholic and Dad was an alcoholic and Grandpa was an alcoholic. We just drink a lot in this family. Well, you don't need it to live.
You don't need to be the next person in line.
Yeah. And it's like, if you know there's huge addiction issues, if you know that they've caused domestic violence or financial or health, don't do it. I was just telling someone today, I have had 4 friends, good friends, that have passed from alcoholism at 53.
And I know that, and Doc and I have talked about this a little bit, but when they categorize alcoholism, and this is just me because I'm not a therapist, not trained, this is me being me talking here. when they categorize something like this as a disease, then it almost gives people that, well, I've got a disease though. It's like, no,
an
wait a minute.
excuse.
You can put that down. Well, you
Yeah.
have a genetic disposition to
Yep.
go that direction
Yep.
because there are family traits that can go that direction, but you don't have to go that direction.
Thank you.
Right.
for
When
clarifying
they start labeling stuff like that, it seems like an easy out to me.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, I think it's a little of both, because you don't have to go to someone's house that has the flu.
Right.
But when you do, you're taking on the chance of getting the flu.
Mhm.
That's the same with addiction, is you don't have to pick it up the first time and drink it. Like Trista said, it's a choice.
Yeah.
But when you become addicted, sometimes you lose your choice. And it's much harder to undo than to have never begun.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I get that. I get that. So I get that totally. So many sides from substance abuse addicts.
Mhm.
Yeah. So just energy can push you guys in a negative direction, but it can also push you guys in a positive direction.
yeah.
So if you feel like something is negatively at you all the time, then you need to seek help, because you don't know how to break that. Where there are people out there like Susie and Celeste who are trained to break that.
Yeah.
And help remove those attachments, those haunts, because and we deal with that in our team. We do run across this kind of stuff. Just remember that they can negatively impact your life, but there's also a whole team behind you that have passed before you that can positively influence your life.
Mhm.
And you need to make a choice of who you're going to listen to as well.
I know this is going over time a little bit, but really quick, years ago, I had a young lady that was a client of mine that when she started talking, I knew immediately she had an attachment, and it was influencing her to harm herself. And when we finally talked about it, because when I confronted him, then when she was alone at home, things would start moving, cupboards would slam open and shut, the lights would flicker, and he was pretty much almost corporeal. And then when we finally got rid of him, and then we said, okay, here's the better path for you to go down. These are the choices you should be making. And this is, you've got abilities, you got all this, go do this choice and you'll lead a happier life. Well, later, after I wasn't working with her anymore, like 6 months, a year later, I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden he appeared to me again and said, I've got her back, because she made another poor choice, and immediately right back. So it's down to you guys' free agency, what you want to do and how you want to live your life.
But yeah, they'll put temptation in your path, and they'll put obstacles if they're trying to keep you from improving or changing. So yeah, it's possible, but there is nothing that you can't achieve or overcome if that's truly your desire. You seek help if you need it. There are ways, but a lot of people, they want the easy way, and a lot of times easy way is numb, whether that's some form of addiction or just I can't hear you kind of a thing.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was another great show. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new here, please hit subscribe. And we're back next Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, we're talking about black-eyed children. We've talked about it before, but we're going down some different paths with it. So join us tomorrow night. Yeah, Audrey, I know. Yeah, it's been tough. So, but join us tomorrow night on our live show, and we'll have some fun. And then make sure you go to on YouTube. It's the handle. It's called @Cringeworthy Crime. Tristan and I are doing true crime over there. Another show drops tomorrow night at 7:30. So until then, love you guys.
Love
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.